everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today, instead of a normal What's on the Table, I thought I'd talk a little bit about hobby burnout. Now, hobby burnout, I think, is just, for me anyway, doing too much of the same thing over and over again. I've been doing a lot of 15mm painting, Flames of War, Team Yankee, to support the channel, and frankly, I got a little burned out on it. I took a vacation with the family. We went to California and came back, and that helped revitalize it a little bit. But I wanted to talk about that as a topic, because I'm sure if it affects me, it probably affects more than just me. It probably affects you guys as well. So hobby burnout for me is just I'm tired. I sit down at the table and I look at the things that I want to get done, and I just don't have the desire to do them. And no matter what I tell myself, it's kind of like, eh. So a lot of times, I have a couple of tricks that I use for myself to try to motivate myself. So, for example, I've been painting again a lot of Team Yankee and Flames of War, and I kind of wanted to, take a break. Normally, when I take a break, I might do something like a 28mm, like 40K. With 15mm, Flames of War, Team Yankee, you're painting with a lot of browns and greens and drab military colors and things like that. So switching over to something like Warhammer 40K, where I paint bright blue, or Age of Sigmar, or Adeptus Titanicus, or any of those others that is a different scale, that's a different color palette. And sometimes just painting with a different color palette is enough of a break, and then I'm ready to go back and pick up on a different project. So that's one trick. Another thing is just doing something completely different. For example, I also like to build and collect plastic models. And I've been doing that since I was a little kid. Probably anyone my age knows about going to the store, and it seemed like almost every store back in the day carried plastic models, Monogram, Revell, those guys. On our vacation as a family, we picked up some plastic model kits. I mentioned this in my last What's on the Table. We picked up some Gundam kits, Bandai Gundam kits, and all of the family built them except my wife. The kids all built them, Jake and my two daughters, and we had a great time. Just in downtime, we built these plastic models, and we had a really good time doing that. So coming home, I thought I would pick that up, and I went out to my stash in the garage, and in the garage I've got a lot of models and projects half started or never started. So everyone has their wall of shame, I think, and I've got a 350 scale warships, naval warships, World War II subjects. I've got science fiction kits, Star Wars, Star Trek, Space Battleship Yamato, Macross. I've got World War II aviation subjects, a lot of airplanes, things like that. So I went out there and I picked some kits, and what I picked to kind of distract me is, well, this was the first one. This is the Space Battleship Yamato in 1/1000 scale from Bandai. And I really like Bandai kits. If you've never had the pleasure of building a modern Bandai kit, it's amazing. When you build them, you wonder, and then you go back and you build like a Games Workshop kit or something like that. You just see the difference in skill level as far as designing these kits and how they go together. A lot of those kits, like the Gundam kits, are entirely push fit. They build them so you don't necessarily need glue. This bad boy needed glue, but it's still pretty much a marvel of little model engineering, so I loved it. And Star Blazers, or Space Battleship Yamato, if you're not familiar with this, is probably one of my favorite IPs, particularly with the way Star Wars has been going. I like it. I enjoy the story, particularly if you watch the remake. Yamato 2199 is awesome. The sequel to that, Yamato 2202, wasn't quite as good. I think fumbled, but the 2199 remake is incredible. So if you have any interest in anime or World War II subject naval type combat in space. Space Battleship Yamato 2199 has you covered. So I built this. I really like the models. I think they're cool. Also working on a bad guy ship as well. So it's pretty cool. And by building these, for me anyway, it's a nice break from other stuff that I've been working on. In addition to Flames of War Team Yankee, I've also been working on these bad boys, which are the American Civil War Epic from Warlord Games, the black powder. And there are just tons of them. I have a stack of these frames like a foot high that I haven't painted yet. And it just keeps going. So I know a lot of people have been wanting to see more of that game and that content, and I've been wanting to produce it, but I need to have enough stuff to actually play an interesting game. So that's still going. So model burnout, though, or painting burnout, is a real thing. Another thing that I use to escape is computer gaming. I don't know how many of you guys have that cross interest of computer gaming and miniature gaming, but particularly as a kind of a historical war gamer, that's one of my favorite areas or periods to game, is playing some historical type PC games. So I love the Age of Empire type games, real-time strategy games, flight simulators. Currently, my favorite game is DCS, which is Digital Combat Simulator. DCS World, which is a very complex flight simulator. It does modern-day aircraft or aircraft from the, they have World War II subjects to more modern. They don't have the ability to do like current jets. Like you won't see a licensed F-22 or F-35 just because a lot of the stuff is still classified. But it has a lot of the same aircraft that you see in Team Yankee, the Cold War era, which is kind of the height of that technology. So you have the F-14 Tomcats and the original Hornets and MiG-29s and all kinds of cool airplanes. Very detailed sim, and I really like that. IL-2 Sturmovik scratches my flight simulator itch for World War II. They've got a lot of cool planes there. A great game as well. I like playing World of Warships. That's kind of an arcadey naval battle, but it's fun, and you can sit down, play a 15-minute round, and then be done, and it's pretty cool. So those games act as a good distraction too. If I get burnout, I might go play on the PC for a little while, and then come back and be able to finish the project that I want. So those are just some of the things that I tend to do to escape. So not like 15, painting 15 mil, 28 mil is torture. It's not. I find it very relaxing, and it's a nice way to calm the mind and just kind of get in the groove and do things, and I find it a lot of fun. But I'm just talking about those moments when that burnout is just hanging over you and you can't move forward. There are some ways to do it, and sometimes you just need to put it away for a while. I've been there a couple times where I've put it away either on purpose or just because of health reasons or work reasons, and that's okay too. It's something that I think everyone has to face. Do we still enjoy this hobby? And if we don't, why are we still doing it? So, not that I don't enjoy it. I still love everything I do. I like building things. I like painting things. I like gaming with those things that I build and paint. And that's not changing anytime soon. So there you go, guys. Just a short video to talk about hobby burnout. I'd love to hear from you guys on maybe some of the ways you guys deal with hobby burnouts. Do you have anything to share with the audience? Leave it down in the comments below, and everyone can check it out. So I'd love to hear from you there. What other things do you do to help combat hobby burnout? Do you have other hobbies? Do you guys play PC games? What do you guys think? So there you go, guys. I hope this was an interesting video for you. Again, let me know down in the comments below. Please do check out our Patreon. If you like our Flames of War content, please check out our Patreon. Patrons get access to a Flames of War battle report every month. Normally, I try to produce on YouTube a battle report every month for people to enjoy, but it's not always Flames of War or Team Yankee. It's going to be kind of whatever tickles my fancy that month, or whatever the guys feel like playing that we think is a good match for the channel. But on the Patreon, you get a Flames of War battle report every month. So I know lots of people ask for it, and that was one way that we could afford to do that. Also, please do consider giving us a like and subscribe. We always appreciate it. Click that bell to receive notification when we release new content. And as always, thanks for watching, and keep on wargaming.